Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Today's video is all the books I want to read this year, even though it's about 6 months late. I should have made this video like in January, but I've yet to make it. And I just picked out like a whole bunch of books, like too many books. I'm probably not gonna read all of them, to be realistic, but all the books I really want to read this year. Starting with Corrupt, and I actually wanted to read this in October because it's like kind of Halloween based. I think it's like based in Halloween or like October. I wanted to, but I got it like a little bit too late, and it was like 2 days before Halloween and I didn't have time to read it. And I've been wanting to read this book for a little bit. It's called Red Rising. It's like a sci-fi fantasy. I've heard it's like Hunger Games. It's a little bit gory. It's about like, yeah, it's like a dystopian sci-fi fantasy book. Then we have Better Than the Movies, and it looks so cute. Like, I've heard good things about it. I've heard they have like little quotes from like different like rom-coms or like popular like romance movies. And like the it's so cute, the cover and the sprayed edges are so cute. This one, if you've seen my past TBR videos, I was reading this for a little bit. And I got close to finishing, to be honest. It's like 800 pages, almost 600 pages in. And I haven't read it in like a year. So I do want to like, I think I'm gonna restart it. Even though it's a tough book to get through, it's really, I was listening to the audiobook. It's really hard to like, to get through. It's really slow. I'm really slow at reading this book, and I did get to some of the depressing parts, but not like, I don't know what happens at the end yet, the really depressing part. And then we have this book, and this is the same author as Haunting Adeline, and I was okay with that book. It was like, it was alright. She does write a little bit of things that are not okay in real life. And here's another one called Does It Hurt? And I already know one of the scenes in this book that has to do with sharks or something. If you've read this book, you'll know. I've heard about it on TikTok. And then I've been wanting to read this for a little bit. Not for a little bit, for like literally years. I keep trying. Literally in high school I tried reading this. Barely got 100 pages in. And it's like 1,000 pages. But I really wanted to get into Stephen King's books. Might start with a smaller one because this one's more than 1,000 pages. It's very tough, but like, I really want to know the whole story. Like, know every, like, when you watch the movies, you probably know like every single thing that happens in the book because there's so many details. I have Bridgerton. I want to start reading the Bridgerton books. I've only watched the first season. I love it, and I want to continue. But this is the first book, The Duke and I. It's so pretty. And then I want to start reading the Off-Campus series, and if you guys know, the show just came out like today. And then I want to read this series too. I love like mystery and thriller type books. This one's more of like a YA. They're like detectives, like young detectives, and I want to read these series, or this series. I have Flawless. I have the series, this cowboy romance series. And then we have a thriller. I don't know if it's like thriller or horror. It's called How to Sell a Haunted House. And I guess she's like trying to sell her like parents' house after they passed away. And then we have Powerless. Don't know too much about it other than it's like a romantasy, and just reading the back of it sounds like a good romantasy. I don't know the details about like the fantasy parts, but I love romantasy vibes. We have Zodiac Academy, which I don't know too much about. That's like a fantasy series, and I heard good things about it. Then I think I did start to read this book like 10 pages in. I always do that, like I get 10 pages in, I get bored, and I'm like, I feel like that's not enough pages to know if you'll like the book. But I do want to read this series. and I did hear it's slow, so that's maybe why I didn't continue reading it. But I love Geneva Rose's, I think that's how you pronounce her name. I love her book. Well, I've only read one book, finished one book from her. It was One of Us is Dead, and like I really recommend the book. It's so good. Anyways, I guess like one of their parents pass away, and they like see these tapes and find out like they're a killer or something, like evidence of them being a killer. In this one, the irresistible urge to fall for your enemy, a not romantic, I think it's romantasy, but fantasy book. I think it's based, I know it's based on a Hermione fanfic. I never read that one because I used to be into like Draco and Hermione fanfics back in like 2020. I used to read those, but I never heard of this one. But I want to read it. You can literally tell by the characters. It looks like Hermione and Draco. And then we have another book I started this year and didn't continue to read, but I want to finish it sometime. It is a little bit of a tough book to read, but I do want to read it. It's Wuthering Heights, a classic. Some of the like writing is a little bit tough to read because I mean it's written in the 1800s. But I got like 50 pages and it was good so far. Then we have Once Upon a Broken Heart. Also want to read this series and read Caraval too, like that's part of the series too. But I kind of want to read these more than Caraval, but like you guys let me know which one you like more. I'm obviously gonna read both eventually, but I heard you're supposed to read Caraval first. So do you want to read Caraval and Once Upon a Broken Heart? And this one's giving, I heard it's giving like fairy tale fantasy vibes. We have another Geneva Rose book because I really enjoyed her one book, and this one I think it came out recently because I just bought it. I was like, oh, a new book by her, I need to get it. I have no idea what it's about other than it's a thriller. This one is recommended to me by a friend. And then we have, this one has been on my TBR for a while. Like people say the series is so good, like they stay up all night reading the series. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas. I've heard all her books are good, and people say to start with this one because it's like the easiest and the most like addictive books to start. So I think she has, there's another like series that comes before this, and I really wanted to read those because I've been on like, I watched BookTube for years, like since 8th grade, and those used to be popular. Another, I want to get more into fantasy. So far I don't think I've read a fantasy this year. This one it's called Quicksilver. It looks like a pretty, fantasy books are pretty big, and I think it's good when they're like thick because it has all the details. But I guess this one's about like fairies. I don't know too much about it. This one did try to read before, and it's like nothing wrong with the books, I just get bored easily, where like I have things going on and then yeah, and I never continue. But I'm gonna continue on the Fourth Wing series, and I've loved the first book. Like it's very, like if you're a beginner like me to fantasy, I feel the Fourth Wing's a good book to start with. But fantasy was like really easy to read and addictive. And I want to continue Iron Flame. I don't know if you consider these books fantasy. I don't know if they're really fantasy, but they're based off Disney fairy tales. I think one's Wizard of Oz though. But yeah, like old fairy tales, mostly Disney ones by Emily McIntyre, and I love her books so far. I know they talked about it before. It's like, oh, it's called like Beneath the Stars, and like I forgot what the series is called, but that's like her small town romance series, and she has this one. And I read the first book called Hooked, and it was really good. It was like my first like dark romance book, and it was really good. This one's about the Lion King, but obviously they're like people. It's just like royalty, like kings and queens. And then we have another Stephen King book, which I love the new covers that came out. I got these at Target. If you don't know, I work at Target. Like I used to always like shop on my lunch breaks and spend too much money on books. But anyways, this is like a good book I want to read. I never watched the movie before, and it's basically like their animal dies and they bury them, and then they come back alive, and then they come back angrier. And then we have Butcher and Butcher and Blackbird, and there's like more books to the series. I haven't bought it yet. Such a cute cover, like sprayed edges them. And yes, I love when like a book has a good cover, like that by itself. Sometimes it makes me want to buy a book. But this is for sure a dark romance book, just by the title. I heard it's a little bit gory, but I really want to read this. This one I really want to read too. My friend's reading this right now, or I don't know if she's finished it already, but she likes it so far, and I've heard like that's really good. Another like dark romance book. I've heard it's like kind of funny, and I think she's like a vet in the book too. I love when a character is like a vet because I love animals. Next we have Final Girls by Riley Sager, and I think this is like a horror book, and to be honest I wanted to put this in my summer TBR too. I just forgot to add this in, and because I feel like it's giving like a good horror summer book to read. Don't know much about it. And then I love Freida McFadden books. Like I really want to read. I just added this one because I have this book, and I think I'm gonna add. Literally, I want to read all her books. Like her book, she has more than like almost like 20 books out, and every single one I've read so far is so good. And don't know much about it, but I know I'll like it. I know it'll be like a decent book and easy to get through. I love her thrillers. And I also want to continue the Housemaid series. I think it's called The Housemaid is Watching, I think. It's like the third book, but I want to read that book too this year. And basically any of her books. I also want to read, I don't have the physical book. I literally heard, what is it called? I heard it's such a good book, like I want to read it on my Kindle. I'll put it here. It's like about, what is it called, like institute, like she works at like a mental institute or something. And then I also really want to get more into horror books. This one is called Clown in the Cornfield, and this one I feel like it's more, I think it's more YA horror. So if you're like a teenager, I shouldn't recommend because it might be gory, I don't know, but I think it's like a YA horror. Anyways, I know they're high schoolers in this book. It did get turned into a movie. I never watched it, and I probably won't because I don't really like, if it's gory or like, I don't really enjoy slashers that much, to be honest, except if it's like Scream or something that like it's nostalgic and like, I don't know, I don't really like newer slashers. And then we have God of Malice. This is like another like dark romance book I got recommended to read, and this one actually is on my this month's TBR, and I don't know if I'll finish it or like read it, but I do want to read this year. And then I do want to read this series. I did actually read this book before, probably at least, I think it's been like 8 years. Literally in high school I read this. I finished the book, and I did want to continue this series and finish and like read other Cassandra Clare's books, because all of them are like kind of connected. They're all about like I forgot what they're like, angels, I forgot what they're called. Okay, this book I'm actually currently reading it right now. It's my TBR this month, and to be honest I feel like I've been slow reading. I haven't been feeling like a romance mood. I've been feeling like a thriller. I want to read a thriller soon, so I will continue reading this. It's called Done and Dusted. It's like a cowboy romance so far. Only like 3 chapters in, so I don't know too much about it, but really cute. Okay, next is Assistant to the Villain. I did start this book a few months ago, like 3 months ago, so I'll continue to read it. I really liked, like I said before, I get bored of books or I get busy. I was listening to an audiobook. I probably will continue it. I will continue it, hopefully soon. I got like 130 pages in. It was really good so far, like really cute vibes. Okay, last book of my TBR. And I did try to read this before. I literally had the bookmark in here, so still. I actually got pretty far. 130 pages in. But compared to the length, it's not much. And I do want to, I think I want to read this in the winter time or like fall. And it's Alchemize. It's another like book based on a fanfic. Manacled. I did read Manacled before. Or not finished it, but I got pretty far. I got to like the like midway of the flashbacks. If you've read either Alchemized or Manacled before. But I do want to continue. It's just a tough book to get through with. It's really hard with all the fantasy words. This is a really hard fantasy. Like there's basically a brand new world. Like in Manacled, it was a little bit easier to read because it's just like Harry Potter fanfic, so it's like the same universe. You know, it's kind of like easy understanding, but this was a little bit like tough to understand. But I do want to continue to read it or like restart it. Hopefully at the end of the year, like winter time, like November, December. Yeah, so that's the last book of my 2026 TBR. I know it's like late, like almost halfway through the year, and I probably won't get through all of these books, like a little bit. This is a lot of books, but do want to read most of them, or at least like the ones, my top books on my TBR, because I have a lot of books I haven't read yet. But thanks for watching. Bye.